So the Superman movie came out, and I want to talk about it. That movie was fucking great. Wow, it actually showed me that I've been sleeping on Superman. I've just been thinking that DC should be held up by Batman only and Batman only. I'm not gonna act like I know everything about Superman. I don't know anything about Superman. Okay, I do now. I've always known before, but it's just now I have a better understanding of what type of character Superman is supposed to be. I think is the perfect representation of what Superman should have been from the start. No shame to Henry Cavill, but jeez, David Cornsweat. I feel like Henry Cavill could have done the same thing if he was given that script, but tough luck. I watched the movie this Saturday. The movie experience wasn't as good, but the movie itself, I would give it a freaking 8 out of 10. That is one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen. Not the most beautiful movie I've ever seen, because the most beautiful movie out this year is definitely Sinners. Nothing touches that, okay? Sinners is a 9 out of 10 for me. It's a 9 out of 10. This is not about Sinners. This is about Superman. This movie, it had 95% good and 5% bad. And I don't even think the bad is even that bad. Some of it is just me being, I would say, petty. But other parts of the movie, oh my gosh, bro. I am going to glaze freaking Superman till the end of days. I need to watch that movie again, bro. I really do. But getting into the bad, I would say that the movie at the beginning was pretty slow. And that's not really a bad thing, because most movies actually do start off slow just to build up some momentum into the action and shit. I don't know. For me, it just felt a bit too slow. And they just needed to be a bit of like zest in it. There should have been a bit more zest. Either way, that wasn't too bad. Another point for me would be, I just hate reading in movies. So at the start of the movie, spoiler warning, of course, we get a narration. It's not even a voice narration. It's just text written on the screen telling us about the history of superheroes, that they've been metahumans ever since 3,000 years ago. It goes 3,333 years each time there's new text, just explaining like what is happening, where is Superman currently, what is he doing. It even explained that he was fighting like some of the villain or whatever, like a monster or some shit. No, he was facing Ultraman wearing, I don't know what they called it. I forgot what they called it in the movie, but it was Ultraman wearing an armored suit, beating the shit out of it. I just don't like reading in a movie or any show for that matter. I would have preferred if there was a voice narration of like, I don't know, Morgan Freeman or some shit. It always feels more fantastical when that happens instead of like text narration. I feel like that's a nitpick of mine, which I don't really have that much gripe about. To swerve to the biggest thing that I didn't like about it, wasn't necessarily what I didn't like about the movie. It was actually about trailers. More specifically, superhero trailers these days. We get spoiled so much about the plot and everything that's happening in the movie. I didn't really like that about the movie, because I've seen so many scenes from the trailer that were in the movie, and I'm like, damn, I wish this movie was a bit longer so that these trailers, these trailer scenes that I've seen in the movie weren't as predominant in my head than like new stuff. You know what I'm saying? It just pissed me off that like, okay, I saw this so many times in the trailer. I wish I didn't watch trailers. I just think now I'm just going to cut off trailers. Teasers and shit, that's where I'm at. And then to get into the good parts of the movie, I would say that Superman actually felt like Superman. He actually felt like a human, somebody who could take care of you, somebody who actually cares about humanity, who cares about how he uses his powers. who actually cares about not killing. He wasn't emotionless. He wasn't cold. And most importantly, he wasn't a fucking death machine. He wasn't just breaking everything just for the sake of breaking everything. He was trying to keep everything in control. Everything. He was trying to save people. Save people. That is the most important action a superhero can do. It's the best feeling you could ever feel as an audience member watching a superhero save somebody. Nigga, have you seen when Spider-Man saved Gwen in, was it Spider-Man 3 or 2? One of the two, bruh. Bruh, this nigga was fucking shooting webs, doing gymnastics and shit just to save Gwen, bro. We need more scenes like that in movies. That's all I'm saying. Another point that I did really love was the side characters, especially the Justice Gang. All the characters there, beautiful. There's only one character that I didn't necessarily. I wish they had more screen time and more. The dialogue was Hawkgirl, but Green Lantern, everything about him is cool as fuck, funny. But my most favorite character would have to be, oh my god, my most favorite character would have to be Mr. Terrific, bro. I don't know what it is about me, right? But when it comes to characters, even in real life, when you're unintentionally funny, you don't try to be funny. You're the most serious person ever, but you're unintentionally funny. Oh my gosh. I love people like that. I love characters like that because they just have the best jokes. So Mr. Terrific, fucking cool as fuck, bro. Especially that scene where they infiltrated Lex Luthor's boot camp or something like that. They infiltrated that with what's her name? Lois, yes. Fucking Mr. Terrific puts her in a bubble shield that protects her from any dangerous threats. Bro, this nigga, aura farmer of the decade, bro. Aura farmer of the century. The moves that he was doing, especially like the scene where it was like he was approaching the bubble where Lois was. As soon as he's about to touch the bubble, he gets caught by one of his drones, and he flies above the fucking. Bro, let me do this thing properly. It's like this. He's approaching, and then the fucking drone comes like this, and then he swirls and flies above the bubble, and then he attacks the other niggas like. That was clean as fuck, bro. But nonetheless, Jimmy Olsen too. I don't know how you can be unattractive but still pull the ladies like that. Hey man. Hey. Lex fucking Luthor. Nicholas Hoult, I don't know. That is the best interpretation of Lex Luthor I've ever seen on any type of screen. I don't know how he was never picked to be Lex Luthor from the start, bro. Maybe it was age, maybe it was inexperience, who knows. There was a scene where they were in this pocket dimension and Superman and Metamorpho were in the same jail cell or cage, whatever. Lex Luthor wanted information from Superman about something, I forgot what it was, and he actually used one of the people that helped Superman when he was fighting a huge ass monster to be there, right? As a interrogation tactic. He used Russian roulette to fucking threaten Superman to tell him about certain things, about information and shit. This guy, first shot, nothing came out. This nigga was lucky. Lex puts another round, another bullet inside the rounds. Oh, brother, I swear to you, I was at the edge of my seat. We thought that, there's gonna be like every other superhero movie where like, bruh, this guy, he's gonna be saved by Superman somehow or someone outside of the cage, right? Lex Luthor shoots a second time. Brother was gone. Bro, it's just like the scene where Hawkgirl, right? She had the president of Baravia in his hands while they were flying, and he was fucking making insults to her, saying that you're like Superman, you'll never kill me. This bitch was like, I'm not Superman. Then drops that bitch ass nigga, bro. Those two scenes, one of the most powerful scenes I've seen in superhero movies. wow. Just the thought of killing people in superhero movies is wild to me. Is wild, even by supervillain. I just wish they did a little bit more with Metamorpho. I feel like they just used them for just to like make Superman weak, and that's all his use was the whole movie. And for Superman to save his baby, that was pretty okay. It was nice, right? But I just wish they did more with him. Like maybe they showed more powers, what he could do. I've never known Metamorpho until this movie, so it would have been like a cool experience for me to learn. Okay, so this nigga is really that nigga, bro. Another lost good part for me. All the fight scenes were good, but one that stood out to me was the fight between Superman versus Ultraman and the Engineer when they were in the sports field. Oh, brother, when this nigga grabbed this bitch like this by the leg, he did this. The whole cinema was going crazy. Who would have known Superman could do shit like that? I always thought that Superman's a bitch, bro. All he does is just punch. No, bro, this nigga literally used her as a bat to fucking destroy Ultraman. Okay, he didn't destroy him in that situation, but oh, that scene was still clean as fuck. Regardless, the movie for me was a 9 out of 10. A lot of the niggas that I was with, the people that I was with, they were telling me that it's a cool 7, 8. But I told them my expectations before the movie were my satisfaction after the movie. I was not disappointed at all. I feel like I got what I paid for. I'm just so thankful to James Gunn for creating this beautiful movie, this beautiful character, actually putting accuracy into what Superman is supposed to be, what he is, what he's supposed to represent. One thing I will say though, I wish the suit was a bit more tighter, because I just wish I saw more of his muscles and shit. Not painted on or anything like that. I don't like painted on muscles or drawn on muscles. I just wish I saw more of David's muscles. You know, it's always a good thing to see, you know, his muscles and shit. Hey, good muscles are good muscles at the end of the day. Just a little nitpick that I wish, you know, I do like Henry Cavill's Superman suit, but I understand why it was like that, so that he would have more mobility when shooting the movie and punching and shit, and without it being that loose, the suit, he wouldn't have been able to do all that engineer shit, you know what I'm saying, grabbing by the leg, using her as a bat. Oh my days. And I am expecting that this movie will hit, maybe it won't hit $1 billion in box office or whatever. I definitely think that it's not going to stop DC from making more movies, and that's what I'm happy for, because I love DC characters. I love them more than Marvel. No shade to Marvel, but DC they just have better characters in my opinion. But yeah, that's it for me.